Good morning. I am Day. I am in recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. You are listening to DHB Recovery Network podcast, where I repeat daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations. Walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection. And remember that you are not alone. Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. March 19th. Prayer, it works. It has been well said that almost the only scoffers at prayer are those who never tried it enough. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 97. Having grown up in an agnostic household, I felt somewhat foolish when I first tried praying. I knew there was a higher power working in my life. How else was I staying sober? But I certainly wasn't convinced he, she, it wanted to hear my prayers. People who had what I wanted said prayer was an important part of practicing the program, so I persevered. With a commitment to daily prayer, I was amazed to find myself becoming more serene and comfortable with my place in the world. In other words, life became easier and less of a struggle. I'm still not sure who or what listens to my prayers, but I never stop saying them for the simple reason that they work. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al Anon, March 19th. I came to Al Anon with a compulsion to focus on other people. I had a clear idea of how everyone should behave in every situation and felt very self righteous when they didn't follow my rules of conduct. When I realized that my own life was being neglected because all my attention was elsewhere, I had to make some major changes. Today, I still have to be vigilant about minding my own business. I know that when my thoughts begin with he should or she shouldn't, I am probably in trouble. I don't have the answers for other people. I don't make the rules for appropriate behavior, good business conduct, driver courtesy, or common sense. I don't know what is best for others because I don't know the lessons their higher power is offering them. I only know that if I'm caught up in what they should or should not do, I have lost my humility. I have also ceased to pay attention to myself. 9 times out of 10, I am focusing on someone else to avoid looking at something in my own life. Today's reminder: I grow in my ability to relate to others when I allow them to be exactly as they are. The greatest gift I can give to myself is my own attention. There is a quote by Benjamin Franklin: "Clean your fingers before you point at my spots." Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts. March 19th. Something valuable to share. A simple, honest message of recovery from addiction rings true. Basic text, page 51. You're in a meeting. The sharing has been going on for some time. One or two members have described their spiritual experience in an especially meaningful way. Another has had us all rolling in the aisles with entertaining stories. And then the leader calls on you. Gulp. You shyly introduce yourself, apologetically stammer out a few lines, thank everyone for listening, and sit out the rest of the meeting in embarrassed silence. Sound familiar? Well, you are not alone. We've all had times when we've felt that what we had to share wasn't spiritual enough, wasn't entertaining enough, wasn't something enough. But sharing is not a competitive sport. The meat of our meetings is identification and experience, something all of us have in abundance. When we share from our hearts the truth of our experience, other addicts feel they can trust us because they know we're just like them. When we simply share what's been effective in our lives, we can be sure that our message will be helpful to others. Our sharing doesn't have to be either fancy or funny to ring true. Every addict working an honest program that brings meaningful recovery has something of immense value to share, something no one else can give, his or her own experience. Just for today, I have something valuable to share. I will attend a meeting today and share my experience in recovery from addiction. Today, Emotions Anonymous, March 19th. Reflection for today. As an adult, I am just beginning to appreciate the child in myself. The ability to be a child is the willingness to trust, to be vulnerable, to risk being laughed at or criticized. Although being vulnerable can be frightening, it is also freeing. In becoming childlike, we gain the ability to play and to respond to life with laughter and humor. Not always being concerned about what others are thinking of me is one of the greatest freedoms the program gives me. Meditation for today. May I have a greater appreciation of the child inside of me, for I now know that is the part of me which is willing to trust. I need to trust if I wish to become open to myself and to life. Today I will remember. I will continue to risk letting the child in me out. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. March 19th. Apologies. When I first came into the program, I would apologize to everyone and everything at the drop of a hat. BRB, page 250. Everything was always our fault. In our family, our very food and shelter were earned by our being the doormat. By taking the abuse year after year, month after month, day after day, and hour after hour, we learned to be invisible. We were containers that those around us filled with their poisoned words and actions. But we mistakenly believe there were some benefits also, a sense of belonging, except that we didn't even know who we were outside of this role. As we grow and begin setting boundaries where there were none, we find our true selves. We learn to connect more fully to our higher power by going on this journey. We accept that when we don't please people, they are not pleased, so be it. We allow those angry stares to live with the person who gives them. We slowly learn not to internalize the fear we grew up with. We cultivate new, loving relationships as we work the steps. We remember our past and move through it to a new freedom, a freedom we never knew existed. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will respond when I know what I want to say and not because I feel like I need to make someone else happy." DHB, Devotion, Health, and Beauty Recovery Network. Daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations. Share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time.